What's up, everybody? Schmidge, above average, CrossFit Masters guy here. It's been a little while. Welcome to 2020. Happy New Year. I actually had an unplanned 2-week sabbatical from CrossFit classes. Had a lot of family in town for the holidays, several people staying at our house, lots going on, and didn't get to the CrossFit gym. So that's okay, and it's actually good to do something different every now and then. I haven't had 2 weeks off from going to a CrossFit gym for well over 3 years, if not 4 or 5 years. So in the last 2 years, I haven't had more than probably 3 days off. But overall, in the last couple years, I would take a week off every now and again. But that said, it wasn't planned, and it kind of goes with my newer lifestyle in 2019 of going with the flow and not forcing anything. Before, I would have been hard-pressed to just force it and get in there, but I'm trying to enjoy life a little bit more and not put as much stress on being competitive in CrossFit, so trying to just go with the flow a little more. Anyway, like I said, welcome to 2020, Happy New Year, and what I wanted to chat about today was what a lot of people are talking about around this time of year, goals. So, I learned something a long time ago and have had it pop up many times in my life where it's a very good way of setting goals, and I wanted to share it with you guys. I'm sure several of you have already heard it, but there definitely could be some folks who have not heard about it, and be a good thing that could help you. So, and maybe you've heard about it, you just don't implement it and kind of forgot about it. So, what I'm going to talk about today are what are referred to as SMART goals. It's an acronym, S-M-A-R-T, SMART, and each letter is going to give you something that you need to build your goal around. So the first one being S, first one is specific. So you need to make goals that are specific, that you know, not generic, basically. A generic goal would be, I want to be better in 2020. Of course, that's kind of a overall goal that a lot of people probably have, but it's not specific enough to know that if you've achieved it. You may look back at the end of the year and be like, I'm totally better this year than I was last year, but what are you really gonna verify that with? Just a feeling or what? So it needs to be specific, like I want to increase my back squat, I want to get to the gym 4 days a week, I want to achieve a ring muscle up or a bar muscle up or a pull up or something specific to what you're actually trying to achieve. All of these are fitness related, but even if it's a goal for life, it needs to be specific and not just generic. Maybe you want to achieve a certain salary level. Maybe you have a desire to get a different job, a new job, or work for a specific company. And whatever it is, make it specific so that you know, black or white, if you have achieved your goal or not. And along those lines, the M of SMART is for measurable. So not only does it need to be specific, but you need to be able to measure it. So if your goal is to increase your back squat, you can measure that. Very simply, go to a gym or your basement or wherever there are weights, and you put them on your back and squat with it. So if your goal is to be 15 pounds better than you are at the end of the year than you are today, great. It's very measurable. It's very specific. You're well on your way to a SMART goal. The A is, I've seen it both ways, as achievable or attainable. synonyms, so whichever one you want to use, go for it. But the goal needs to be achievable. Along the lines of my back squat example, say I want to improve my back squat. So it's specific. It's telling me that I want a better, bigger back squat, weight-wise. It's measurable. Say I want a back squat 15 pounds more than my current PR. Is that achievable, attainable? That's potentially a achievable goal for me, because if I work at it, it's realistic to think that I could get there in a certain amount of time, in the year of 2020, for instance. Now, if I set my back squat goal for, I want to back squat 800 pounds in 2020, probably not gonna happen. So that's not attainable or achievable, which is part of the SMART goal. So make sure that it's something that is possible. You don't want to make it unrealistic where you're never going to be able to get there. Brings us to the next letter, R. So of a SMART goal, the R stands for relevant. So it needs to be relevant to you and your life from the standpoint of, I'm again talking about fitness related things here. So maybe it needs to be relevant to you to be something that you want to be better at, is the way I would describe it. I don't want to make one of my fitness goals something completely irrelevant that has no greater purpose on my desire to improve my fitness in 2020. So make sure it's relevant to you and your life and something that is meaningful to you. And that brings us finally to the T, which means it needs to be time bound, or it needs to have a time frame. There needs to be some time specifically committed to this goal. Meaning, if the goal is to improve the back squat, is it for the entire 2020 year? Is it I have to do it by December 31st, 2020? Or is the goal potentially to achieve the back squat in 30 days or 60 days? But just put a time frame on it so that you know, black or white, yes or no, at the end of this goal setting, well, at the end of the goal working time period, you know if you've done it or not, and you can always adjust all of these. Time-wise is the easiest one. You could say, well, I didn't hit it now, but it's still very important and relevant to me, and I really think it would better a lot of the things that I do, so I'm going to keep at it and just add 30 days or add 60 days or whatever it is. Some goals are going to take a very long time. Some goals you may be able to achieve in a very short time. It just depends where you're at and what you're setting. So, SMART goals are something that you may have heard about, maybe not, possible. I recommend learning a little about what it is and deciding here in 2020 what kind of goals you want to set for yourself, and make sure they are specific, they are attainable, or they're measurable, they're attainable or achievable, they're relevant, and they are time bound. I'm in the process still of deciding what I want to achieve in 2020. I still don't have that 100% dialed in. I'm working through considering different things, where I am in my fitness life and what's important this year and beyond. I kind of have some longer term goals that are pretty specific and measurable and time bound. But for now, for this year, I have a little bit of a buffer, so I'm kind of playing with what I really want to achieve in 2020 and gonna figure it out, and then I'll let you guys know what that is. For you, if you come up with some cool goals, or hopefully you've already established them, if not, maybe this will inspire you to get some goals for 2020. Go ahead and leave comments below. Let me know what your goals are, and let me know if they're SMART, so that they follow the 5 rules of a SMART goal. As always, please like and subscribe to the channel, If you want to share the video with anybody you think might find it interesting, awesome. And hope everybody's doing well. Talk to you soon. Peace.